Peace, everybody. Kaliq is back for the Kaliq Experience, cheat code number 16. How to build trust. When we play the game, I'm gonna use the video game part first. When we playing video games, it's kind of hard to trust the game or particular characters inside the game, or user characters inside of a game, or non-user characters inside of a game, computer operated characters inside of a game. It can be tough at times. So there are obviously player characters and non-player characters. In video game world, we call them like NPCs. So I'm gonna put them like non-player corporations type of deal, but in real life. But in the video game, when we play any game, it's hard to trust certain people with, items that you own in the game, or trust what they're saying. So purpose I'm bringing this topic of discussion up is to have a cheat code and share with y'all on how to build a trust. And to understand how to build a trust, you must understand what a trust is. So what is a trust? Best way to find that out is to look up the definition, right? So we can go to dictionary, and it says trust: confidence placed in a person by making that person the nominal, which means name, owner of property to be held or used for the benefit of one or more others. All right. So when I hear that, I think of a couple different types of trusts. There's the general trust, like, do you trust your mother with babysitting your child? All right. There's confidence in there with the property of your child for your mother to take care of it. You know, the name of your child, whatever the name is. Then there is obviously a trust account, like a bank account, and you open up this type of bank account and placing names under there under a trust for yourself or others to be able to use whatever types of properties are under that trust. And then there's what I say what comes first before all of that is a spiritual or a cosmic type of trust. This means that your human body, is the property that has a name on it that has been placed as the owner of. So you have your spiritual body, there's a trust account. And when we were talking about earlier in all of the other videos that I was doing, that my gaming console system is the playing cards. So I find out what I can trust in life by that alone. What is my birth cards? What is in my hand? How do I build trust with myself? I always tell, how can you trust anybody if you can't trust yourself? And let alone, how do you know how to trust yourself if you don't even know who you are or how the contract that you made with the creator? So it's kind of difficult to understand whatever your blueprints are, what are the constituents of your contract is with the creator that allowed you to come through into this world and the world to give birth, your mother to give birth to you into this world. How are you going to be able to understand that? Well, you got to understand the constituents of your trust account. And what better way? There's multiple different ways, like I said before: Christianity, any types of religious organizations, astrology, numerology, different types of systems out there that you can utilize to organize your spiritual energy. But, I share with y'all with the Kaliq Experience that I use the playing cards. So how I build trust with the playing cards, getting really into it, is by understanding my hand, the cards that I've been dealt with. So that's one way that I'm able to build trust. Now, in a video game, you can liken that to, how do you trust yourself? How do you build trust? Is being able to see your skills and attributes and your strengths and weaknesses on the screen. And you can trust that, let's say if you're playing a first-person shooter game, that you can trust that you're a good sniper because you chose the character who has the best sniper skills and the best sniper weapon. You can see it. right in front of you. And now in real life, you have to be able to see your skills and attributes and what character you have chosen to play in this game that we call life, and what types of games that you're playing in this game of life. And so, that's just a little cheat code that I want to share how to build trust in regards to what I'm using is learn the cards that you're dealt in your hand. Learn your birth cards. You can either get a reading from me, or you can Google search cards of destiny, destiny cards. There's multiple different websites that come up where you're able to find out what your birth cards are. And then obviously I'm gonna be sharing with some cheat codes with y'all to find out based off your birth information what your cards are, so that you can learn how to build trust. So this is gonna be a little mini series within the series of cheat codes that I'm gonna build on the concept of trust and what it is. So that's all for this video on how to build trust. Please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share it. Like I said, to conclude it, trust is multifaceted. So when you hear this, a lot of people who play the game, and that's, like I said, this is how I'm concluding it, and I'm gonna sum it up. When people play any type of game, you always hear trust no one. When you hear that from that particular person who doesn't trust anybody, they obviously don't trust themselves. Or they say, I trust myself more than I trust everybody else. Well, that's great. But then this type of person isn't really successful at team building within a team. So you wouldn't want them on your team if you're doing team missions, right? Because they only trust themselves. So it's really hard to communicate and work efficiently with a person who only trusts themselves and doesn't trust anybody else. And maybe they're just learning how to trust others by opening up their trust account, right, with you, to share their personal property and possessions with you. And this is why people have issues with trust. And people who haven't learned how to build a trust account, let alone know how to share a trust, because they don't even have a trust yet. Like having your own business or your own bank account. If you don't have that, it's going to be kind of hard to trust other people, especially like the banks and all the other people who are involved with banks and stuff behind the scenes with your credit information, your social security accounts, and all that stuff. How do you trust them? Do you read the information, or you just trust them, right? Most people just trust them because most people have ATM cards and bank accounts. Anyways, that's another topic of discussion. So this is conclude cheat code number 16, how to build trust, and I'll see y'all on the flip side. All right, peace.